But as you're looking at this phenomenal plan, I just want to go over it. And Judy, step in. Sharon, step in here. And they can't see us, but you can see the plan. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to point out, first of all, the entryway, doorway. And, Mauro, maybe we can move that down just a hair if you want to be a camera news guy. You could slide that down to the doorway. Okay, the doorway is right where my finger is right there. My finger's pretty big. So there it is, doorway. So you'll enter here. For those of you who are familiar with the North American Bear Center, the doorway faces the entrance to the North American Bear Center where our guests arrive. So they'll look across, they'll see the doorway, they'll see right straight in front of them, you guys, a big white pine that will be 16 inches in diameter roughly, and it will go up into the canopy above the entrance doorway. The canopy will start, the bottom of the branches.
Now you're not changing the entrance to the cub room, right? That's staying the same.
Yes, the entrance to the cub room is staying the same. Good question. The beautiful painting that Maureen did on the outside walls all stays the same because it's just gorgeous. It fits the Bear Center excellent. But as you step into the new cub room, first thing you're going to notice is carpet that is stamped with a pattern of the Northwoods and possibly footprints on it with bear prints going around, guiding people. You're going to walk underneath the canopy of the white pine tree. As you look up into the white pine tree, you're going to see a mother, an actual mother with cubs, 2 cubs and a mother, and they are taxidermy, but you're going to see what a mother and cubs do up in a tree. And that, I think, is going to be very, very cool. Below that, we're going to have an explanation, an educational explanation of why they're up there, what's going on with mother and cubs, so that they know what's going on. And, Judy, if you want to explain what is this here?
Well, it looks like a couple circles. It looks like a couple circles on the diagram, but it's going to be a tablet table for interactive things with tablets.
Okay, so in the tablets, eventually down the road, we're going to have tablets that are going to have games on them, correct?
Yep, we're working on that. The pace is a little slower than we'd like, but we're not giving up. And you never give up to move forward.
No.
And then over here in the corner, this is a kind of a multi-use group activity area. Actually, these are going to be stumps, like from a tree, where you can group a number of kids together, and maybe you can have an activity right there, and you can change the activities.
Okay.
So both of those are going to be little learning areas for the kids, and I think those really are going to be nicely multi-use things.
Now, Sharon, is that something you could see, like where we could put the antlers from the deer and the jaws and all the different stuff? We have artifacts on there, and then explain what they are to the kids.
That would be a great way for Dr. Lynn Rogers. He's always wanted hands-on materials for the kids to be able to feel and identify. So that would be a good area for that.
Good. And then as you walk through that table area, you guys will see one of the most popular things that we had at the cub room at the time was our what? The den. And the kids used to be able to go into the den and then come out the other side of the den. But we needed to do a major upgrade in that area because it took a beating over the years, and that is to say the least. But what you'll do is you'll go in an entrance. It'll be lit inside, and it'll be an area where the kids can crawl through. There'll be bear tracks in there, and then they can come out both sides. It'll be lit so the parents can look inside and make sure the kids are safe, and all the wall material and everything will be smooth and safe. Okay? On the outside of that, we're going to have a 24-inch TV with educational video going on maybe Hope and Lily. For those of you who don't know Faith, Hope, and them, it is a phenomena that was back in 2010 and 11.
10 and 11?
Yep. And again, another awesome educational piece. The rock ladder to access the top of the exploration area. They'll be able to go up above the bear cave.
So you mean this is 2 levels, crawl underneath, and then you can do a ladder and get up above?
Yep, and we all know that, and Sharon actually years and years ago, used to do some daycare, correct?
That's correct.
And do kids like to climb?
Up the walls.
It is going to be a very safe area, though, so don't get concerned. We're making sure that everything is national safety as far as child goes tested. And then as we walk around here, gals, take a look here, and folks out there, we're going to go into a TV in the back. It says 65-inch right now, but I know that we'd like to see a TV that's bigger than that. I know Dr. Rogers wishes to go to a really big TV, but we're in discussion on that right now. So, usually Lynn wins. So that's always a good thing. But as you keep going around, you'll see that we've got a glass barrier here. And inside it says Black Bear Taxidermy, and den entrance is lit. Well, we've changed that already. It's going to be a TV monitor across this stretch right here. And the kids are going to actually look in and see a live den from one of the den cams that we had years back, correct?
Absolutely. We're going to take footage. Some of it we may have seen before, some of it may not, never know, of one of the actual den cams that Dr. Rogers had in his research. Okay. That's going to play there. So it's going to be in an environment where kids can say, this is really what happens in a bear den.
So, Judy, I'll let you explain this area here if you want to come over. I'm going to let you take over for just a minute while I get my lips wet.
Okay, well, now we're moving from the bear den viewing area to over here. There's a couple popular things that we had in the cub room, and I'm going to jump to right here. It's the bear height chart. Well, kids and even adults like to measure how tall are they. Am I as big as a cub, a yearling, a brown bear, a black bear, whatever? Well, we're going to move that over here. And we've got some little stumps, so, kids can sit on like a tree stump if they want to, or adults, whatever, grandma and grandpa as well. So a place to sit. So this is going to be where, and many of you who have been to Bear Center know that height thing kids like, and then that's a great photo op. They take pictures as well. And marrying right along with that, there's going to be a photo opportunity, a painting here, where they actually can take a nice picture. And we see that at the Bear Center. That's becoming very popular. Selfies as well, the selfie thing and whatever. So that's going to be another photo opportunity there. And I think that's going to go over really well.
Oh, absolutely.
And before, when you get back on the microphone, I want you to talk a little bit about the walls. But okay. I'm going to save that for you. Okay. And then, of course, you're talking to me. I love education. So does Sharon. We want kids to have fun. But also we want them to take away a few things about black bears. So in this corner here is going to be a reading area, or coloring, or maybe a bear educator, a volunteer or intern can read a story to some kids. So that's another area that is going to be utilized for education for the little kids, and I think that's going to be a great addition. And so then we come back right to the doorway. So you want to talk a little bit more about?
Yeah, and I also want to let everybody know that right in this area right here, you're going to have a rock wall and overhang. So they're going to be like in an area that's kind of, I don't want to call it cave, but it's going to feel like they're in their own separate room, high enough, of course, for adults and everybody, so there's no injuries there. But the bottom line in the whole cub room is everything is designed right now for a kind of a flow purpose, and we'll guide them through that area. Now, obviously, they can choose to go any way they want to, but the beautiful part of this is going to be the walls are going to be done in a photography-style Ely area wall dressing or wall design, and it's going to look really, really neat. We've also removed the ceiling tiles, which were at 10 foot 3 inches, have now been increased to 13, just short of 13 feet. I think it's 12 foot 7 inches. So we're going to gain all that height. And the reason why we're not really showing you the cub room too much is it's an echo chamber. It's a severe echo chamber, so we had to move out here because we wanted to do it in there. But, I would have got a lot of text while I was standing here saying your sound is bad. So that is why. So the exciting part of this whole interactive area is going to be, number one, fun for kids, a memorable experience so that someday they're going to want to come back and bring their kids here. Number two, educational, which is very important to the North American Bear Center and its mission and mission statement. The other exciting side of this is going to be It puts another piece of the puzzle into the Bear Center that makes people say, I want to go there. And once they get here and they're with their kids and they go back and they see Ted, Lucky, Holly, Tasha, how can they not melt? The first word, Ted, is such an attraction that is amazing. Kids, my grandson, every time I go down to the cities to visit him, says, Grandpa, how's Ted? How's Ted? He doesn't ask how Grandpa is. Obviously, he can see me, but he wants to know how Ted's doing. So we got on the live cam and we looked at Ted. Once he comes to this Bear Center Cub Room and the updated Cub Room, I think he's going to be really excited. And one little extra tidbit, Morrow from Custom Theaters of Ely is going to be putting sound in there, and it's going to be a very soft, relaxing, in the background type sound, nothing that's overwhelming. It's going to come from the camping exhibit. So we're going to have nature sounds, birds singing. Morrow sings a song in there. It's going to sound really, really nice. But anyway, we bring that up because again, we're going to have a very complete Cub Room.